This I wrote after a very long chat with my grandmother. So what follows is a letter from her to my grandfather, and she is Mrs. Smith here and my grandfather is Mr. Smith. Okay? So, to Mr. Smith. Went up the hill, the scene was still. Clouds looked no less than an art piece. As I uttered a word, it echoed back to days. With you, I stood marooned at the peak. Creeping in was a nostalgic streak. Wind swiftly glided my hair to rest at my neck. First time, I could hear the air as if on the ship's deck. As I turned back to bring you to the scene, although I'd seen you for long, but that moment you looked so pristine. I tried putting the scattered strands of hair behind my ear, though passion did grip me with too little fear. Reaching close, you smiled and looked up to sigh. I knew what made you smile, but I still ask, why? We stood at the edge together to witness his creation. Watching together made a mere view on the way, our life's destination. Shared the innocence of a child, love of a teen, promise of a responsible mate, promise to be with each other also in dreadful fate, a promise for benevolence in all times, a promise to accompany each other in life's sweet crimes. That was our day just before we got engaged, and in my life's book, it's still specially paged. Life sure wasn't straight, with each footstep ahead, it got curvy. At times it did get grey, sometimes topsy-turvy. The first house, the first kid, the unsuited job, the cash at times did backslid. Our daughter's biggest day, she was engaged, and you were too soft to say. Through the duties of life, which was soaked in the honey of care, tired and relieved, I turned around and I found you just right there. You gripped my hand and closed my eyes. I got inquisitive and my dear hubby runs in sighs. And hence we finally paused. At the age of 65, what made you run? What's the cause? And you gradually removed your hands from my spectacles. And there we were, at the top of the hill, the scene stood still. Bliss was around, still a snivel of love dropped from the eye. So clueless would be the tear if asked, why did you fill in the corner of the eye? We sat back again, right there at the edge. Just the difference was, instead of two young people in their 20s, we were the uncles and aunts in their 70s. The game of life did complete its circle. We were the proud players. We had gelled our colors. A spectrum was right here. Went up the hill, the scene stood still. With love from Mrs. Smith.